Hello, welcome back to the podcast. Now, today we're going to be busting some myths because if you've ever thought of, I'm just not creative enough, or I've missed your chance, I just want to encourage you that you are not alone, okay? Now, let's call it what it is. It's a bunch of outdated ideas about creativity that have kept us, and two of them, and too many moms, stuck, silent, even disconnected from what makes us alive because we believe all these lies and untruths. We think they're truths, but we start believing them, and that kind of hinders our creativity. So let's break it down, and we're going to be looking at a few of the biggest lies, and we're going to swap them out for something real. Okay? Okay. Lie number one. Creativity equals talent, that you have to be talented to be called creativity. Now, this is a common one because, especially for moms who haven't created in years, we're told that if we're not amazing at it, it doesn't count. And now, that's a lie. The truth is, creativity isn't about talent. It's about expression. It's about curiosity. Now, talent grows with practice, but creativity, it shows up when you allow yourself to play, to explore, to make something, anything. That you don't need to finish a product. You don't even need praise. You just need permission to try. You need to give yourself permission to let yourself go and be creative and start at something. Okay? So the lie is creativity equals talent. That's a lie because we were created to create. We are created with some creativity. Each person has creativity in themselves. Each mama does. And the trick is, or the goal is, to find what your creativity is, where you're strongest in. And as you bring that alive and you keep working at it, especially if it's something that you haven't done in a long time, or something new that you want to focus on, as you keep going, as you practice, your talent grows. Your knowledge of that area, whatever your creativity is in, grows. Okay, lie number two. You're either born with it or you're not. Let's just throw this out, okay? Creativity isn't something you were born with, like the color of your eyes or the texture or the nature of your hair. No, it's something that's in all of us, okay? But a life either feeds it or it buries it. So in a lot of moms, a lot of us, it's like our creativity has gotten buried beneath our schedules, beneath survival mode, beneath taking care of everybody else and neglecting ourselves. And that's a big one. But this doesn't mean that our creativity is gone. It's just waiting. If you've found yourself thinking of something that you used to do, pleasures that you used to do, like interests that used to take your time and give you joy, but you haven't been doing them, that means it's still there. It's waiting for you. All you have to do is reach out and grab it, reach out and start it. So telling ourselves that we're either born with it or not is a lie because everybody has creativity. You just have to find it. You just have to identify it, find it, and start working on it. Lie number three. It's about money or monetary value. We only think that it's worth doing if it makes money. Now, this one is a big one. And we live in a culture that ties worth with output or worth with how much money you can get out of it or how much money you can make. So if your creativity doesn't come with a paycheck or isn't a side hustle, you can start to feel like you're wasting your time in putting the effort in your creativity or even trying to pursue your creativity because you're believing this lie. And I've been stuck in here off and on, depending on what I'm working on, that since I don't see a monetary value, then maybe it shouldn't be something I pursue. But that's a lie that we tell ourselves because we're forgetting the purpose of of our creativity. It isn't to make money, but yeah, you can make money, which is cool. It isn't to start a business, but it would be awesome starting a business from your creativity. But our creativity is an expression. It's how we share, how we express ourselves, how we feel fulfilled. It's part of us, gives us joy. Now, joy is valuable, peace is valuable, wholeness is valuable, but creativity doesn't have to earn income to be valuable because it gives us joy, it gives us peace, it makes us whole. It's part of who we are. And when we neglect that part of ourselves, we are neglecting part of us. We are not pursuing wholeness. And creating something that makes you feel good should be reason enough. We don't have to look at a paycheck or look at the money coming in to make it worthwhile. How it makes you feel should be reason enough. So you don't need a business plan. You don't need a business. All you need is a moment to breathe, to relax, to decompress. Okay? So that's lie number 3. Our creativity doesn't have to make money to be valuable to yourself. Now, a lot of times we think of, okay, yeah, I understand. It doesn't have to make money for me to be valuable for me. But others around us may not understand fully what that creative part of us is or what it's all about, what we get out of it. For them looking in, you're going to find people when they're looking in and seeing you being creative, they were like, well, what are you getting out of it? I don't see any results. But what they fail to understand is the main reason you are even pursuing your creativity, the main reason that you are finding joy in your creativity. So just think about it. Okay. Now, lie number 4, you've missed your window. Now, this one stings, especially when you scroll and you're looking on Instagram or Pinterest or wherever, Facebook, and you see other people, younger people especially, doing all the things you wish you did, what you used to do, you wish you could do. But let me tell you, there is no deadline for creativity, okay? I don't care if it's been 5 years, 10 years, or even since high school. You're still allowed to start. You're allowed to explore. You're allowed to grow. Now, creativity isn't about timing. It's about choice, your choice. Okay? So just because somebody else is doing what you used to do doesn't mean you can't still do it. Just because you feel like this time of your life has passed and you're so busy with other things doesn't mean that you can't open up a few minutes to do what you love to do. Just because it's something that you used to do years ago doesn't mean you can't pick up parts of it, the whole of it, or even adapt it to where you currently are in your life. Okay? Just think about that. Now, lie number 5, you don't have time. Now, this is a big one, okay? But many times we say we don't have time. But that's often a code to, I don't feel like I'm allowed to make time. Now, it's rarely about the clock or the hours of the day. It's more about permission, giving yourself permission, about the guilt that we feel, the expectations we have, even exhaustion. All those play into part of, I don't have time. Yeah, I understand. Time is tight. Trust me, I know. But creativity doesn't need hours. It just needs space in your mind, space in your day, space in your heart. So I want you to notice where you keep telling yourself that there's no room. Especially when you start thinking about, ooh, I want to do this, or your creative spark starts flaring up and you're so excited about tackling something, doing something, making something, planning something, drawing something, whatever your creativity takes, whatever form it takes. When you start feeling that, and then all of a sudden, your excitement, which was up here, goes down here, I want you to pay attention to what helped you make the switch from excitement to, oh, I can't do it. I don't have time. It's not for me. I want you to pay attention to that. I want you to ask yourself, what would happen if I just made 5 minutes, put 5 minutes aside to do it? Just think about it. I want you to keep track of when you're excited about something and what causes you to switch off, okay? Before you even do it or while you're in the midst of doing it. Because that will help you understand the lies that you're telling yourself. That will help you understand what is actually stopping you from being creative. Because sometimes the lies like, I don't have time, or the lies like, I'm not creative enough, or the lies like, it's past my time. All those can mask deeper reasons. So I want you to pay attention. If you can, make notes on when you're excited about something, to be creative, what causes you to pause, and what switches or dials the excitement down. Keep track of those, especially if you're someone who is yearning to express themselves or yearning to bring that part of their lives back. Okay, Mama? So I want to tell you a lie that I believed was more of like, I saw this, I was at a crafting fair or market, and I had jewelry. I just started doing polymer clay, and I saw this girl. I don't even think she was even in her teens. I want to say she was probably about 12, 11. I mean, and she was making polymer clay earrings that were gorgeous. I'm telling you. And I looked at hers and I looked at mine. And for some reason, I was feeling ashamed of mine. Not because mine didn't look good. I mean, yeah, family told me it looked good. I looked at it and I liked it. But then when I was comparing it to hers, even though they were different because we used different methods, I started feeling like, well, she's much younger and she's doing all this. Her pieces look really good. And I had to caution myself. I was excited for her because, one, she's pretty young and starting early. And I was like, oh, kudos to her. I didn't know her, but I told her, great job, keep it up. But I had to remind myself that just because she's starting it when she's young and she's making hers look so cool, that doesn't mean that what I'm doing doesn't have value, or what I'm doing is something I should be ashamed of. Because I had to remind myself, we're both doing it in different ways. We're both using polymer clay in different ways to have different results, okay? So not that hers were much better than mine. Well, I did think they were much better than mine because, hey, that's me. We always think that about our stuff. But realistically speaking, they were just different. They had the same base medium, but the techniques that were used to create them, the shapes, the designs, those were different. And that's what made each design, each person's creativity unique. Okay? So I had to caution myself and remind myself that's a lie that I'm telling myself, because I started feeling like I had to withdraw or pull my stuff or hide my stuff during the fair, the market. And I was like, no, let your creativity shine. It may not be perfect because I was learning. I don't even know how long she had been at it, but I was like, stop letting the lies that you're telling yourself bring you down. Stop letting the lies that you're telling yourself stop you from doing what's giving you joy, what you're loving. So if this one really hits home, I want you to share I would love to hear if this is something that, or one of these lies, or even one that I haven't mentioned, if it's something that has hit home and you've believed for too long. I would love to hear about it. So just tag me on Instagram at Chrissy Cris Creations, or even send me a DM. I would love to hear it and see what first steps you were taking to letting go of one or more of these lies, okay? So I believe a lot of these lies are kind of like they help us moms to hold us back because we start believing them. But when we look back, I want you to, when you're looking back and after you've started your creative journey, I want you to realize that those were lies that were just holding you back, and that it wasn't something that was helping you with your creative identity. It was holding you back. And I want you to actively start rebuilding your creative identity, because that's what I've been doing. I've been doing now, and I still do now. If I'm starting something new, because, well, I have lots of creative interests and I'm always learning, but I always have to remind myself when it's something new or something that I failed at, that you are still learning. And this is a journey. We don't learn and that's the end of it. I mean, some people do, but if creativity is something that you want to have in your life, part of your life, it's something that you need to keep on developing, keep on exploring, keep on learning, because things are changing. You can adapt to new things. And before you realize it, you've shaped yourself into a mama who has put creativity back in their lives for good. So now, if you have, and you're feeling like you want to be shaped, or you want to shape yourself into bringing creativity back into your life, and you're ready to shift from thinking about it to actually doing about it, I want you to start building those creative habits to start, as a place to start. Because once you practice and you set time, even if it's 5 minutes aside, and you start doing it consistently, it's going to become a habit. Okay? And I want each mom to practically and honestly do it. Don't tell yourself that you would do it later, or that you would do it when you have 30 minutes. Even if it's writing down the list of what you want to do, that can take 5 minutes, no more, even less than that. Or if it's saying, I need to look at my schedule to carve out time for my creativity. Just writing that out, that takes less than a minute. There, you've started. I want you to start with intention, okay? No pressure, just start. Okay, now that's it for today. Now, I want you to remember, Mama, that you were created, you were made to create, okay? Not because you're perfect at it, but because it brings you back to you. Now, I want you to keep that in mind, that you were created to create. You are a creative mama, you are worthy, and you are a blessing to your kids, your family, and to others. Okay? I'll see you next time. Bye for now.